Hello, Roxy.
Hello po, mabuhay.
Yes, mabuhay, Roxy. So, Roxy, I have been consistently visiting Baguio City, and I have observed the drastic effect of the so-called global environmental issue known as global warming. So, how does your advocacy plant help prevent this environmental issue?
Well, definitely here in my city of Baguio, a lot of people would agree that a lot of trees are cut down and it's not as cold as it was then. And the air is not as fresh also as it was before. So I think that my advocacy is very relevant because other than the other potential benefits, I am more focused on the regreening part. So it's a good way towards sustainability. So just imagine if each of us at least plant, let's say, 30 plants in our home with the capacity that we could have. We could fully utilize our space to bring back life to Baguio City because I really miss what it's like when I was a little girl and the air is fresh and I just hope we regreen Mother Earth. Also, I want to connect what is happening in the Amazon, in Australia, because these are the areas holding a massive amount of where the oxygen comes from. So I just think that urban gardening and agriculture is a good step towards sustainability, and it would give you so much potential benefits and even make you smile and boost your mental health. So I encourage everybody start planting.
Thank you so much, Roxy. So, my question is, by the way, everyone knows that you are a law student, right? Now, so my question is somehow related to that. Okay, so should you be given a chance to write an environmental bill? So, what would it be and why?
Yes, I was pre-law during university, so I do hope to go to law school in the future, but I've given a lot of thought to this. And there's a lot of laws that I feel like that we can implement that would have a great effect, such as really whenever we look at our transportation industry, that holds a gigantic emissions output from every country, especially in the USA. So I would really like to focus on initiatives for clean energy for vehicles and offer sustainable options like hybrid vehicles, or of course the best option would be electrical. So I would really like to target the manufacturers and have them only from a certain year forward only create hybrid or electrical vehicles, kind of really giving us the only option for clean energy. And I think that would be a great idea. Also provide incentives for people to really get along with that and have tax cuts as well by purchasing a clean, efficient vehicle. And I think that is just one small law that we can implement that would have a great impact, especially further down the road.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Lindsay, and have a great day once again.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I want to ask Miss Brazil.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, bom dia.
Bom dia.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, good. So, Miss Brazil, Thais, here's my question for you. What do you think about President Bolsonaro meant when he said, when there is no more saliva, we should use gunpowder? This is in reaction to US President-elect Joe Biden's thoughts on protecting the Amazon.
Ok. O que você acha do Bolsonaro ter falado quando não tem mais saliva, vamos usar pólvora, chumbo? Isso foi a reação que o Bolsonaro teve com a eleição do Joe Biden, do presidente americano.
Infelizmente, opinar sobre política, principalmente sobre o Bolsonaro, é um pouquinho difícil, complicado.
So unfortunately, here in Brazil, talking about politics, especially Bolsonaro, which is a very contradicting political figure, is very complicated.
Ele não teve meu voto.
So he didn't get my vote.
Mas eu acredito que a opinião dele em questão à Amazônia não é nada boa.
She believes that his opinion about our Amazon forest is not good at all.
Acredito que ele não tem nada o que fazer, então ele procura justificativas para dar desculpa.
So she believed that maybe he can't find something better to do, so he finds excuses to say this kind of things.
Então, cada pessoa do nosso país, do meu país, Brasil, temos que fazer a nossa parte, lutar, preservar e preservar a natureza, preservar aquilo que nós temos de melhor.
So every single person in my country should do their best to fight to preserve the forest and nature.
Porque, infelizmente, esperar pelo governo não é o certo. Temos que fazer a nossa parte para a gente ter um futuro melhor.
Because if we depend on the government, that's not correct, because we have to do our own part on making a better future.
Cuidar do meu país, cuidar da minha Amazônia.
And taking care of my country is the same thing as taking care of my Amazon forest.
E preservar as vidas.
And also preserve the lives
que nela habitam.
That betray in there.
Thank you.
Uau! Você me deu uma resposta bonita. Obrigado, Brasil.
Obrigada. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And my question will be directed to Miss UK, Miss Ella Roberts.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good, Ella. Thank you so much for asking. And how are you too?
I'm really good, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Ella. So in a recent report about UK environmental issues, it says that your country failed 5 environmental targets set by the European Unions, wherein air pollution is on top of the list. In your own opinion, what are the factors why UK failed specifically on air pollution, and what necessary action should your government and the citizens have to do to resolve the issue?
I think a lot of the time for the UK, it stems a lot back to no awareness. People aren't being educated on the importance of these issues or that these issues are happening. So unless you go out and seek it, it can be quite difficult in the UK to find out about these environmental issues. So what I think the next steps that are really, really important for our country is to tell people what's happening and educate them about how it's happening. Obviously, a lot of people know that in London we have the congestion charge. So if you go into the centre of our capital, if you drive a car that is unenvironmentally friendly, you are taxed more and you pay a fee, basically. And people assume because we've got that, everything's fine. They don't understand that it's not just London, it's not just one city, it's every single individual person in their individual footprint. So by working with local governments to educate, particularly the younger generation, anyone and everyone, of how it's happening, why it's happening, and giving alternatives, because just telling people that there's an issue doesn't solve anything. We have to tell them how we can change and what we can do and how they're going to help, how our government's going to help us make these changes. So that's what I'm really working on at the moment. And hopefully, once this pandemic's lifted, I'm going to really be able to push forward, make it as big an issue as I can, and really get these things changed in our country so that we can meet our targets and be the environmental leaders we're meant to be. Thank you so much for your question. Have a lovely evening.
You're welcome, Ella, and thank you for answering that question as well. You did so well.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Canada.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Okay, Miss Canada, we all know that Canada has been very dedicated to resolve its environmental issues since Canada is already one of the most affected by the global warming due to a massive Arctic and subarctic in the northern part, right? So if you could mention at least one major environmental issue that Canada has already resolved thus far, what would it be, or what would that be, and what action have you taken to resolve it?
Thank you so much, Paul, for your question. I'm actually going to discuss about why I am doing my advocacy, which is related to increasing of plastics in our environment. And being someone who is in the front line, I have seen the amount of PPE that we use every day. And when you have a disposable mask being littered everywhere, you're also adding up to the amount of waste that is being produced yearly. Here in Canada, we in our CEPA, which is the Canadian Environment Protection Act, we have implemented the Zero Waste Plan, which is hoping by 2030, we have implemented the zero waste. And right now, our country is already implementing the banning of single or zero waste and banning of plastics in our country. And that by the end of 2021, we would have, our plans into action. So this is one thing that I'm really proud of my country to have an initiative and to start that. And I hope that we can inspire also other countries around us.
Thank you so much, Miss Canada. Thank you for
Thank
that
you so
answer.
much.
And yeah, thank you once again, Miss Earth. Thank you, Jana.
Thank you.
Yes, hello. Yes. Thank you,
Please
Patricia.
go ahead.
Okay. I want to ask to Miss Slovenia.
Yes, hello.
Okay, hello, Miss Slovenia. Okay, we all know that this year has been a tough and challenging year. What are some of the environmental projects you have been taking up, and how does it help save the situation?
Thank you so much for the question. Yes, I agree with you that this year was very challenging for all of us because of this pandemic, and it is very hard to actually do some projects with people because right now we have to keep distance from each other, and it's very hard to make projects where you can involve a lot of people. So I was doing a lot through social media. I was posting a lot of photos and videos of how I was doing some eco activities. I was also writing some articles, and I really can't wait for this pandemic to be over because I really want to involve all the people in our country or maybe worldwide in some projects where we can save our Mother Earth together. But right now, during this situation, I believe that the most important thing is to spread the awareness and to educate people about the problems we are facing through the social media, through videos, through articles. And yes, I will continue to save Mother Earth. Thank you.